Jamie Vardy was inches away from never achieving anything in football, because back when he was 24 years old, Vardy was working as a factory worker in Sheffield, England. Vardy's life consisted of working 9 to 5 in the factory, drinking beers at the pub every night, and playing football in his local pub team. However, thanks to his talent on the pitch and his goal-scoring abilities, the world was able to experience arguably the greatest underdog story in the history of sports.
Vardy! It's 11! It's heaven for Jamie Vardy!
This is the story of how a 24-year-old factory worker became a football legend. Jamie Vardy was born in 1987 in Sheffield, England. Jamie Vardy showed a love for football from a young age and was a huge supporter of local team Sheffield Wednesday. Growing up, he idolized Sheffield Wednesday legend David Hirst and wanted to be a goal scorer just like him. Vardy's talent on the pitch was soon noticed, and he started playing in Sheffield Wednesday's youth academy team. However, at the age of 16, Vardy was cut from his academy team for being too small. Completely crushed, Jamie Vardy decided to quit football entirely and gave up on his dream of becoming a professional footballer. "I thought there was no point in continuing. I wasn't made to play football." Jamie Vardy didn't touch a football for almost a year until his friends finally convinced him to start playing again. And eventually, he decided to join Stockbridge Park Steels, a local club in Sheffield who played in the 8th division of English football. But Vardy didn't make it into the first team, not even the reserves. In the beginning, he had to play for the under-18 team. Jamie Vardy played for the under-18 team for 3 entire years. When he was 19, he also played Sunday League football in his local pub team. At the age where most professional careers start, Jamie Vardy was still just playing for fun, not making a single penny from his football. But soon Vardy realized he needed an income, mainly because he wanted to be able to afford beers at the pub with his mates. So at 20 years old, Vardy started working in a carbon fiber factory where he worked for 12 hours a day. As a young man, Jamie Vardy was also a troublemaker, and one day, when he was 21 years old, he got into a fight while defending his friend who was being teased for wearing a hearing aid, and the punishment was an ankle tag that he was forced to wear for 6 months. By this time, Vardy had managed to move up to Stockbridge's first team in the 8th division. This was Vardy's life year after year, until the big breakthrough when he was 23. His 8th division team gets promoted to the 7th division, and Jamie Vardy gets a transfer from Stockbridge to Halifax, which was another team in the 7th division. At Halifax, Jamie Vardy performed well, and his goal scoring helps the team get promoted to the 6th division. Jamie Vardy really made a difference at Halifax, and as a result, interest from other clubs started to arise. It was at this point, at 24 years old, that Jamie Vardy made the big decision to quit his job at the carbon fiber factory. His income from football still wasn't sustainable, but Jamie Vardy wanted to focus on his football. And it only took about a week before the interest from bigger clubs became a reality, and Jamie Vardy signed for Fleetwood Town in the 5th division. The now 25-year-old Jamie Vardy performed brilliantly at Fleetwood, and the team was promoted to the 4th division. This was a big moment for Jamie Vardy, and his career finally started to take off. And since it was Jamie Vardy, it had to be celebrated. And the night ended with him falling asleep in his car. The next morning, Jamie Vardy realized he had a meeting with a club that was interested in signing him. And still hungover, he dragged himself to Leicester for a meeting with Nigel Pearson. And in the summer of 2012, Jamie Vardy signed for Leicester City, who were playing in the Championship. But still, the highest level of football Vardy had played up to this point was in the 5th division, and many people thought it was quite remarkable that Leicester bought a 25-year-old non-league player for £1 million. And at first, the critics were proven right, and Vardy's first season in Leicester was unsuccessful. The main reason was that Vardy kept living the same way as before. He drank more or less every day in his new apartment, and whenever he got the chance, he went back to Sheffield to party with his old mates. In his first season with Leicester, he only managed to score 4 goals in 26 matches in the Championship. Vardy soon realized that to succeed at this level, he needed to work harder and live a healthier life. Jamie Vardy improved a lot over the summer. In his second season, Vardy scored 16 goals and 10 assists, leading Leicester City to the Championship title and promotion to the Premier League. At 27, Jamie Vardy had finally made it to the greatest league in the world, and in his first Premier League season, he had some great moments. He scored in a famous 5-3 win against Manchester United and scored a few more goals in the league. He played a crucial role in helping Leicester City stay in the Premier League, and his performances earned him a call-up to the England national team. In preparation for the 2015 to 2016 season, Leicester realized they needed a change as they had barely managed to stay in the Premier League. So they appointed Claudio Ranieri as new head coach. Jamie Vardy felt confident for the season, and Leicester also had key players like Riyad Mahrez, N'Golo Kanté, Wes Morgan, and Kasper Schmeichel. So Leicester were in a good position to have a great season, but no one could have predicted just how great it would be. Leicester City started the season incredibly well and were unbeaten in their first 6 games of the season. However, in their 7th match of the season versus Arsenal, they suffered a big 5-2 loss, and though Jamie Vardy scored 2 goals, many thought Leicester's surprise good start was over. But after this loss, Leicester City continued to perform and Jamie Vardy couldn't stop scoring. And on October 31st, 2015, Jamie had scored 12 goals in 11 matches, and he had equaled Ruud van Nistelrooy's record of scoring in 10 Premier League games in a row. In the next game, Vardy had the chance to break the record, and it came in a crucial match against Manchester United. And Jamie Vardy absolutely smashed the record.
Vardy! It's 11! It's heaven for Jamie Vardy!
After the match against Manchester United, Leicester City were now 2nd in the league, level on points with Manchester City. And Leicester City's incredible form didn't stop there. By January, they were back at the top of the league, and that month Jamie Vardy scored twice against Liverpool, including an unforgettable volley. Both Vardy and Leicester looked unstoppable, still holding on to first place. Leicester City kept picking up points, and in early May, they drew against Manchester United. That result meant that as long as 2nd place Tottenham failed to win their next match against Chelsea, Leicester City would be crowned champions of England. Jamie hosted a watch party at his house, where they watched Eden Hazard score an incredible goal in the final minutes, a goal that meant Leicester City had won their first ever Premier League title.
Costa, away from Alderweireld, Diego Costa, Eden Hazard! Glorious goal! Leicester's goal!
Leicester City's Premier League title is still the biggest upset in football history. Jamie Vardy finished the season with 24 goals and 6 assists, and he was also awarded the Premier League Player of the Season. He even finished 8th in the Ballon d'Or rankings, an absolutely incredible achievement for someone who had been playing amateur football just a few years earlier. After this incredible season, many clubs showed interest in Jamie Vardy, and Arsenal made an offer of £22 million. But Jamie Vardy wanted to stay loyal to Leicester City and decided to stay. Even though Vardy chose not to join one of the Premier League's big clubs, he still went on to achieve a lot in his career. Besides the Premier League trophy, he also became the oldest player to win the Premier League Golden Boot in the 2019-2020 season, and he went on to win the FA Cup in 2021. Jamie Vardy's journey to the top is maybe one of the most incredible in football history.